Why King Charles is so secretive about 700 property estate. King Charles III has a 20,000-acre estate in Norfolk, which is where Sandringham House is situated. But here's why very little details of the home are released. The Daily Mail's Richard Eden has pointed out that it is shrouded in secrecy, citing that it is not known how many bedrooms are inside the residence, for example. Sandringham is one of those private estates. It's huge. I mean, there are about 700 homes in total on the estate. It's massive, he said. In Sandringham House itself, because it's a private residence, we don't know exactly how many bedrooms there are, for example. Hello viewers, please remember to subscribe and click on the notifications bell icon, so you will be notified whenever we upload new cookies about the British royal family. Although the residence does open its doors for visitors, public access is limited. An exclusive access tour includes a look around inside 8 downstairs rooms. The official website reads that the time spent there allows time to marvel at the beautiful Victorian and Edwardian decor and collections of porcelain, jade, rose quartz, Russian silver gilt and bronzes, family portraits and photographs. Keeping the details of the property under wraps could be a security measure for the king and his wider family. As a very high-profile member of the UK, stringent security tactics are employed to keep him safe. In April, new restrictions were put in place at Sandringham to add an additional level of security. A no-fly zone was introduced after drones were spotted above the estate. The order states, these regulations impose restrictions on flying in the vicinity of Sandringham House, Norfolk. In view of the need for security for members of the royal family and other dignitaries staying at or visiting Sandringham House and at the request of the security services, it has been agreed by the Civil Aviation Authority and the Department for Transport that flying should be restricted in the vicinity of that location for reasons of public safety and security. There is one part of Sandringham that you can soak up in all its glory though, and that's Charles' newly opened holiday home on the popular estate. The Monarchs team has transformed the Folly into a wonderful place for an extra special getaway. It costs £6,300 a week to rent at peak times of year, but it is a rather spectacular property in the most magical location. The unique property, with turrets, comes with a warning, however. The rental is listed on the Oliver's Travels website, which explains, the turret is accessed via a steep external stone staircase and is best suited to confident adults or older children under supervision. Please note, the internal staircase may also pose challenges for guests with limited mobility. King Charles' friend says the monarch will not speak to Prince Harry after bombshell interview because the Duke can't be trusted. No matter what the Duke of Sussex says, his latest interview is another example of why there may never be a reconciliation with his family. Prince Harry was dealt a blow recently when his court case to have his security in the UK reinstated was dismissed. After losing his court battle, the former working royal decided not to suffer his defeat in silence and instead gave an interview to the BBC about his family. During his sit-down with the outlet, the Duke of Sussex pushed the blame for him no longer having his security on his father, King Charles, saying, "I can only come to the UK safely if I'm invited. There is a lot of control and ability in my father's hands. Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him, not necessarily by intervening but by stepping aside and letting the experts do what is necessary." Harry also claimed that he wants to reconcile with his family members and made it sound like the ball was in their court. But a friend of King Charles insists that doesn't paint an accurate picture and is explaining why the monarch can't talk to his youngest son anymore. Meghan Markle posts photo of Prince Harry with their children. After the prince sparked backlash for bombshell BBC interview where he criticized the royal family. Harry told journalist Nada Tawfik that he was surprised by the court's ruling and believes this, at the heart of it, is a family dispute, and it makes me really sad that we're sitting here today, 5 years later, where a decision that was made most likely, in fact I know, to keep us under the roof. He added, "There have been so many disagreements between myself and some of my family, but that he had now forgiven them and I would love reconciliation with my family." The emotional Duke also shared that the king will not speak to him. But he didn't say it's because of the scathing memoir Spare, or the Sussex's Netflix docuseries about leaving the institution, or his repeated interviews trashing the royals. Nope, according to Harry, his father won't speak to him because of this security stuff. Whatever the reason, it's not that easy for the king to just forgive, forget, and welcome Harry back with open arms. King Charles addresses his cancer treatment in a rare health update during Palace Garden Party. King Charles is sharing what can help during cancer treatment as his care continues. The king, 76, made the revelation in conversation with Stamford Collis at the Education and Skills Garden Party at Buckingham Palace on May 14th. Collins, 22, is a student at Exeter University and is undergoing treatment for cancer. He was asking me about the treatment I have starting in June and spoke to me about food and diet. He also asked me if I had undergone radiation treatment, which I had earlier this year. Collis said after he met the king, the Telegraph reported. The sovereign was heard saying, "It's sometimes about the diet and what you eat. It can help." King Charles has been called a foodie by former royal chefs, and Queen Camilla's food writer son, Tom Parker Bowles, recently revealed that the couple eats simple, healthy, and resolutely seasonal food. In a piece for the Daily Mail ahead of the release of his book, Cooking and the Crown, Royal Recipes from Queen Victoria to King Charles III, Tom said that the royals' pantry is filled with seasonal bounty of the royal estates, including game, beef and lamb, plus fruits and vegetables like peas, strawberries, raspberries, and chard. The Duke of Sussex had banked around £10 million in damages. But that has now been ruled out by insiders who say that was the total costs associated with the deal and Harry's share would actually be much smaller. The Daily Beast reports a source close to the deal saying, "Any sum being speculated on was a total sum and includes damages and costs for the two cases, Sussex and Watson, and a majority, in the region of 75%, of the total figure is provided to cover legal costs." Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and drop comments. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything.